took our operation from scratch, and then we did build it up to a 7-figure operation over time.
Oh, nice.
And I learned a lot, right? I learned a lot from being solo guy to then creating a process and creating a system, right? And being able to build a very small team that kind of worked cohesively. So basically our structure looked like we had about 5 licensed individuals, and underneath them had about 8 or 10 business development reps generating leads on a consistent basis.
Oh, okay.
So we had maybe what you would call a super branch today, and they were basically in charge of generating leads for our licensed individuals. It worked for us. During the mortgage change or transition 2005 2008, we needed to come up with a different business model, right? We didn't have the resources that we did before in terms of capital, so we switched over, and I started to think about how could we take advantage of the investment side, right? So currently right now we're focused on all of the investment side. So what we do in the marketplace is that we raise capital, right? That's my focus, is raising capital from individuals and maybe small businesses who want to put their money into real estate. So I'm not the construction guy, but I partner with construction people.
Yes.
Right? And I look at the numbers quite intensely. So I'm a numbers guy again, and I look at analysis, right? Here's some of the projects that we've done. So we buy and we build properties here in the area. Here's the project we did in San Martin not too long ago. Here's one in Campbell that we did. Our building philosophy is very straightforward, right? So we buy undervalued real estate assets. We build. So that means is that we partner up with credible builders, right? And we put our money to work with them, right? If somebody comes to me and says, hey, I'm a long-term contractor, but I've never done a build, for a flip and fix, that's going to be a red flag for me. I want people who have experience with being able to build and sell a house, right? The financing, we have our own in-house financing. Like our mortgage brokerage still exists, but we also raise private money from private individuals, as well as the institutional hard money and private money lenders. So we combine.
I like the hard money lenders.
Yeah. So as you can see, our focus is we are investors ourselves, but we surround ourselves with other investors. And that's our primary niche. So anything retail, anything, first-time home buyer, I won't ignore business. I'll probably refer business out, but I don't focus on that in-house.
Yeah.
So this is our team here, and you may know people on our team. They've been around for quite some time. Let's see. That's me. He's been around for quite some time. I think I know him. You probably know this guy here, Alvaro Sanchez. Eddie. So Eddie runs our mortgage branch side. I normally don't do I'm licensed both as a mortgage broker and a mortgage real estate broker. But for residential lending, I still take advantage of the broker side, but I don't do that processing in-house. So I leverage them for residential lending. Anything hard money and private money, we do internally in our branch.
Okay.
Our project management is usually led by Alvaro Sanchez. So whenever we're looking at a deal, I always get his feedback, right? I need to know before we make an offer how much is going to get done, what needs to get done, and his expertise is gold to me. And then from a real estate perspective, anything that we do internally, listings, contract sales, him and his team, he has a real estate assistant and another licensed agent that's coming on board, part of his group there.
Oh, nice.
So that's our real estate acquisitions arm. And again, our other arm is offering private money. So again, that's my bread and butter in terms of experience. I mean, that's what I grew up with, the hard to close deals. And that's where I like to be. I like to work with investor types, and I like to work with builder types. Anything with where a consumer, again, I'm usually referring that out. And then here is our latest development is our digital side. I'm big on technology, right? And I believe in the cutting edge transformation for the brokerages, either small or large. So I'm like you, how you do research. My research is on the technology side and on the digital side. So how can I make my business and other businesses grow? And that could be digital marketing, that could be software, that could be a combination of things according to the capabilities of that branch and that team. So we have been, over the past 10 years, I've actually had an opportunity to work not just in the real estate industry, but with small or large technical companies that need some help on their lead generation and sales development.
Okay.
Right? So I'm usually coming in and looking at what they're currently doing and expanding that. How can we add all these digital components to help expand and accelerate what they're doing? No, believe me, when I started, I was cold calling. Right, I'm a cold caller. So you give me a phone book, and back in those days, they called it farm packages, right?
Yeah.
I would make 100 to 200 calls to get 1003s, get applications over the phone. And that was with social security numbers, right? Nowadays, it's very soft. It's much more finesse, and you kind of want to attract people to you. And again, that's why I like podcasts. I like all the top of the funnel conversations, right? Podcasts. Well, if you're starting from video, right, that can be repurposed into a lot of different content, right? YouTube, right? TikTok, Instagram, now your podcast, right? Now it can be converted from text to now video. You have all these combination of things. And I love those areas because I believe that if we take a look at our business from a media perspective, that is one area that can really put us all on the same playing field. Right, your influence is driven by your content, and if you've got great content and people are following you, then that's gold, right? That's
right.
Make you stand out. So I love that part of the business, right? I love that part, and so I think our efforts are moving towards that, helping more individuals leverage media, leverage digital, and I have a passion for that as well. So it's combining all of what we've done, all of our experience for the past 20 years, and now just preparing it. Now, if there's a downturn in the next, 6 to 12 months, great. But at the same time, we are developing our influence over the course of time with digital innovation, obviously, and obviously working our sphere of influence. Right? But those are some of the areas, again, those are some of the areas that we're focused on. And, hopefully we can continue this conversation, talk a lot more about how we can collaborate and work with each other and, and really see what we can do. I plan on being in this industry for quite some time. I love it. And again, I'm continuing to grow and to expand. And, when I meet people like you, it just kind of reignites that. Yeah, let's get it done. Let's go. Right?